Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am Jen Sugarmeyer, your host of Mindset in the Morning, and we are here live 5 days a week at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. But because it's YouTube, you can watch whenever you would like. That is the beauty of the internet. And we talk every single day about some nugget around mindset because the truth is, mindset comes into play at every point during your day. Every point. So we talk about things that are relevant to your life so that you know when they happen, how do you address them? Or maybe we talk about things that you hadn't thought about yet, and you're able to get real clear on what that might look like in your life. I want you to have the life that you know you deserve. I want you to have everything, and you can. You can. And I think so often we get in the motions of life and we say, wow, is this it? I mean, that was for me. I was just going through the motions. I thought, gosh, there has to be more to life than this. And when I started to tap into the mind, I realized how incredibly powerful it is. And this week we've been talking about how mindset impacts mental health. And right now, as a nation, I believe, or as a globe, I think it's a global statistic, I believe. But the CDC reports that we've gone from like 20 to 25% poor mental health all the way up to 40. And if we just understood a little bit more about the power of the mind, then we would help to get out to not go all towards poor mental health. The truth is we all have mental health and we need to be taking care of it. But how do you deal with situations when they really seem dark, when they really seem heavy? And so we talked about that in the beginning of the week and been talking about yesterday. What did we talk? I have a piece of cat hair in my mouth. What did we talk about yesterday? Oh, I forget. I'm drawing a blank. But today I wanted to talk about how to reverse aging. Yesterday we were talking about reversing aging, which is so true because and I've seen it in my own face. You know, you can reverse your health. It's your face, it's the lines, it's how you glow when you start to take care of yourself. And today I wanted to talk about what happens on the inside is a direct reflection on the outside. So it goes along with what we talked about yesterday. So if you've not yet liked, if you've not yet subscribed, please hit those buttons because this is more than just a mindset in the morning. This is a movement. I want everyone to show up as powerfully as they can. And when we understand the power of the mind, then we can. But a lot of times we're just going through life and it just hits us like a wave and we go into a state of suffering or we get anxious or we're in fear or we're stressed out, and we don't have to if we understand how to use the mind. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we're going to talk about what's happening on the inside is a reflection on the outside. So I honestly thought, and I'm curious, feel free to reach out and message me or drop a note in the comments, but I'm curious, how many of you think that you can lead two lives? Like, this is my inside me, and then this is the one that I show to the world. And I'm not talking about, bipolar. I'm not talking about multiple personalities. I'm talking about someone who's not dealing with any of those. Maybe you have a little depression from time to time, but in general, you have mediocre mental health, you know, you're doing the things in life, you're able to accomplish, you're paying your bills, you're whatever. And you have something inside of you that's so angry and you're like, I'll just keep it there. Or so sad and you just keep it there. Or so angry, you're like, I'll just keep it here. And you don't let it out. You don't show people what's actually going on inside. Maybe there's some addiction that you're dealing with and you think, oh no, I can't show anybody. When you go into, this is one of the things that aggravates me about certain churches is when you go in and they're like, you sin, so you have to pretend like you don't sin. I mean, not that we should be actively making that an objective to do, but it should be something that we're comfortable with talking about when we do, because we all sin, because nobody has not sinned. So are you hiding something from people? Is there something that you are holding back and you say, I'm just going to keep it inside and I'm going to lead this happy life? You know, like one of those Facebook lives, those Instagram lives where you're like, everything's great, but everything's not great. It's like got duct tape all over it. That's how my life was. I had duct tape all over my life. And I was like, nope, everything's good over here. It was like one of those memes. Nope, I'm all good. And like the house is burning. Everything's good. No, nothing to see over here. And I thought I could have this life that, looked good on the outside, all the things I had been able to accomplish, my job, my house, working out, whatever. And yet inside, I could just be a disaster. And I didn't think that they would impact each other. And I'm here to tell you they will. What's happening on the inside will come out on the outside. I didn't realize that I had so much negativity within me that people could see. I knew it existed, but I thought I could hide it. And I realized this when I had these little videos that I would send this guy that I was dating. I would send them to him every single day. And, hey, good morning. What's up? And then like a train would come by. I talk about this sometimes. I'm also in the middle of recording a course. So I've been recording all week. So I may be repeating some of my stories. But as the train would go by, I'd be like, hey, good morning. How are stupid train impacting my life? I didn't quite say that, but I'm like, I'd get really angry at the train. Oh, gosh, I hope I'm not here for like 5 minutes. This sucks. I'm gonna be late for work. Like I'm like pouting, oh, I hope you're having a great day, but there was always something negative. Every single video that I went back and I watched, I was like, wow, I had no idea that I was that negative. And yeah, I wouldn't want to date somebody that has that level of negativity either, even though a lot of it appeared good. You could tell that I was hurting. And this was the guy who called me out and said, Jen, you need to learn to love yourself, because he could see it. He could see it through me. And behind the scenes, I was a mess. I hated myself. I hated my life. And so if there is something inside of you, and we're going to go through a bunch of examples here, if there is something inside of you that is toxic, something that you are holding on to, something that you're not comfortable with, any level of suffering that is inside of you, if you have those toxins that you're holding on to, you're going to see some of that on the outside, even if it's just a little bit. I was looking at this picture. This was, let me see, October 2018. This is me after having years and years and years and years of holding on to things. My face got really bad. I was breaking out constantly. I was under so much stress and pressure, plus the drinking and all of that. At this point, I was sober. But I found this picture and I thought, man, can you see it? Maybe, oh, there we go. Maybe a little hard to see. Can you see what my face looks like? I've got the light shining on this picture. Do you see all the scars all over my face? Let's try this one. Do you see the scars? A little hard to see. Those scars were a direct reflection of what was happening on the inside. That was my stress. That was my sadness. That was my anger. Those were the toxins from the drinking. It showed on the outside. As much as I thought, nope, that's okay, everything's good over here, you could see it. You could physically see it. We talked yesterday about reversing the signs of aging. I've noticed that my skin has gotten younger. It looks better now than it ever has. Because when you're putting the right things in your body, it will show on the outside. That's the right messages. That's the right, foods. That's the right everything, the right energy. And when you have that around you, even your face is going to show it. That's how you reverse the signs of aging, is you get out of these states of suffering, because you can't have these two lives that don't converge at some point. So yeah, you can keep putting on makeup. You can wear big baggy clothes and you don't see the weight gain, but it's all a result of what's happening on the inside. And it's not just your face. It's your weight. We gain weight when we're holding on to things. And for women, we're holding it in our hips and our gut area. That's where we'll gain weight. When we have stress, the body isn't used to that. You're releasing this cortisol. We talked about this yesterday. And it's changing your internal levels. You may have heard that fake sugar is bad for you. And even though I know that, I still will go drink a Diet Coke from time to time. I'm like, nope, not having a regular Coke. But why is the fake sugar bad for you? Because it's foreign. Your body doesn't know how to process it. It's not the same thing as sugar. So sugar, I don't know what it does, but maybe it goes into, wherever it's supposed to go and it gets broken down and whatever. If there's something, that was a really bad example. I should have researched that one. I don't know where all these things break down, but anyway, if you have something that's foreign, it's like, hold on, wait, this isn't natural. This is a man-made thing. We don't know how to break this down. So if you have one Coke or two Cokes and it has some of this fake sugar, okay. But if you put a lot of it into your body's like, wow, this is a lot of foreign stuff. I'm not really sure about this. And it can actually cause you to gain weight. It's the same thing when you have this cortisol and you have the adrenaline and you've got some of these other, you're releasing toxins because you're scared or you're angry. They're foreign substances to your body. That's not where your body's at rest. So it doesn't process the same way. That could impact your bowels. That could impact your weight gain. That could impact your appetite. That could impact, there's so many things that can impact. So we want to stay in a state where we're in flow, not where we're going into suffering, because that's going to show up in some way. And then what happens when you gain some weight? A lot of times we get kind of upset over it. We're like, oh my gosh, now I can't fit in my pants. Great. Now I got to buy a whole new wardrobe. Great. Maybe you go home for the holidays and people are like, something's different. And you're like, I've gained weight. Shut up. We've all been there. I've had people tell me, oh yeah, you look good. You gained weight. I'm like, yeah, thanks. Thank you. Or they just tell me I've gained weight. I'm like, yeah, thanks. I know. I'm aware. Thank you for pointing it out. But it puts you into even more suffering. It's like it starts to compound. You're like, man, I already don't feel good. Now I'm gaining weight, or my face has these pock marks all over it. It took me years. I'm at a point where I was thinking about this the other day because I was so used to wearing makeup that would cover my scars. And I was thinking about this yesterday and I said, man, I'm at a point that maybe I can get back to wearing no foundation, which is, I always had really beautiful skin. And then things got really bad in my life and I was really stressed out. And the things that I was putting in my body, like, the sugars and the alcohol, and that it ended up changing the chemistry of my body. I could even smell myself. I smelled differently. Everything inside of me had changed, and I could see it on the outside. And now I'm able to reverse that. I'm reversing my aging. I'm reversing the damage because I'm taking care of myself. One of the other things that'll be impacted, your relationships. If you want healthy relationships, then you need to be healthy. I didn't want people, this is my close family, this is close friends. I didn't want them to get as close to me as they could because I was hiding something. Because I didn't want them to see the hurt. I didn't want them to see the shame. I didn't want them to see the pain. So I did the Heisman, yeah, we're close right here, but we weren't close right here. And I didn't set out on this journey to fix myself so I could have closer relationships. I set out on this journey to understand my mind and fix my life for me. And as a result, my face got better. I started to look younger. And oh, by the way, my relationships got better. All of them. Because I was able to be free. I was authentically me. And I could show up that way in relationships and not hide these things. How much energy are you taking to hiding these things that you don't want people to see? Imagine if you took that energy and just invested it into you by spending the 20 minutes a day listening to Mindset in the Morning and getting aware, just familiarizing yourself with some of the things and all the impacts that they have on your life and the tools that you can use when you go out in the day. And what you'll find is that when you are whole, when you are complete, when you're happy and in this state, this beautiful state, and not in suffering, that you'll start to have these benefits in your life. I got a raise. Y'all, I got promoted at work. And I didn't I didn't ask my boss for a raise. He just gave me one because I had become a better employee, because I was happier. And did you know that happier employees are 12% more productive? 12%. What are we doing with that 12% in our life when we're unhappy? What is that energy going towards? Suffering. And what's that doing? Causing you to gain weight. It's destroying your relationships. It's ruining your face. It's taking away your glow and your shine. So as much as I have these two lives, you don't. You have to fix what's on the inside, and it will show on the outside. You don't have to get a microphone, a megaphone, and tell everybody what's going on. They'll see it, and you'll get that raise. You'll find that love of your life. You'll improve your relationships. You'll look younger. You'll look healthier. That is the result of doing the work. It's such a beautiful thing. So, what are you going to do today to help you heal on the inside? What are those things that you're holding on to that you think, nope, it's just a little thing that I'm holding on to, and it's no big deal. Yeah, it is. It's a big deal. It's keeping you from having the life that you know you deserve. Even if it's just holding you back a little bit, you're still not stepping in powerfully as you could. Remember that 12% for employees that are happy employees. They're 12% more productive. What happens when you're not happy? What happens to those 12%? Where's that being spent? It's coming out in other ways. So with that, we're going to leave it here. Go do something for yourself. Go make your insides good so that it starts showing on the outside, and you can reverse that aging. And then you too no longer have to wear makeup. I still wear some makeup, but it's definitely less. I saw that picture and I was like, wow, that's it. That's it. All right. Go have a great day. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and share this with someone that needs to hear the message today. And if you have a topic you'd like to talk about, email me at higherinheels. That's the name of the company, higherinheels@gmail.com. Or you can go out to my website, jensugarmeyer.com, and you can reach me there. All right. I will see you here tomorrow. Have a